If ever I had a video.
Hi everybody, it's your girl Yeti Speaks Back, and I'm here with a review for the Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Poevietkin fight that happened last week Saturday. Now, I had heard that we were going to have a fight late last week, and I was trying to figure out where they were going to do it because I'm in America right now. And I knew it wasn't pay-per-view, so I was looking for HBO or Showtime to see what was going to be there, and I didn't see it. And my husband was also looking for it because both he and I are really, really big boxing fans. And so I went over the internet and I did my research, and I came up with DAZN Sports, which I think is who Anthony Joshua signed with to fight in. And so my husband and I quickly did what we needed to do on the computer, and we're able to put it on the screen to watch the fight. Now, here's my review about the fight. First, before the fight, let me just talk about how proud and excited I am for Anthony Joshua in the UK. I am so happy. The one thing I love about UK is how they embrace their sports fans, their sports heroes. They are very, very good. They did the same for Ricky Hatton. They did the same for Joe Kozaki. They did the same thing for Joe Louis. They are very, very big fans, and they really, really support their sport heroes. I was so proud that he was able to fill up Wembley Stadium with 80,000 fans. And I love the whole ceremony part and everything about him coming out, him standing on the pedestal, to show them, his fighting skills and what have you. So it was really, really good, and I'm just really, really happy for him about that. Now, Poevietkin is a very, very good fighter. He was a little bit shorter than Anthony Joshua, So I was thinking that maybe he won't have much of a chance. But my husband told me that Poevietkin is a fantastic fighter, and he's also a gold medal fighter, as well as Anthony Joshua, if you guys know more about AJ. And so when the fight started, I was like, okay, this shouldn't, even though Poevietkin is a big fighter, he's quite older than Anthony Joshua, because Poevietkin is 39 years old, and Joshua is 28 years old. So I was expecting it to be, a competitive fight, but not an aggressive ass fight. And I was really, really surprised that Poevietkin was giving it to Joshua early on in the rounds. Poevietkin was fighting tall because Poevietkin is shorter than Joshua, so he was fighting tall, and to me Joshua was fighting short. I don't know what happened. I mean, you can see that Joshua has a bigger reach than him and what have you, but for some reason Poevietkin was very, very aggressive, and it got me really bothered and scared that this fight was going to end really, really fast. So in the first round, Poevietkin gave him a bloody nose, and normally when I watch a fight and I see somebody has a wound or a scab in the first round, to me, the fight is probably going to go down from there, because the next thing the other person is going to be doing is punching that same spot until there's a TK or what have you. So I was really, really worried for Anthony Joshua. Second round also, Poevietkin was very, very aggressive. Joshua was doing what he could do, but he wasn't as aggressive as I expected him to be. And Poevietkin was fighting him, punching him in his tummy and what have you, because really Poevietkin is quite shorter than Joshua, so it's kind of, in order for him to actually give Joshua a face punch or a jab, he has to actually move closer to Joshua because his reach is not as long as Joshua, and for that reason he was able to give those really, really hard punches that got me scared. And so I kept watching the fight, hoping that it would change. I was telling my husband that I don't know what's going on with Joshua, but he needs to, if he wants to win this fight, he needs to really, really do what he needs to do. And so we kept watching it. The third round, I believe he, with a punch, he opened up a cut on Poevietkin's face, which if you guys watch boxing, you know that's a no-no. Because once somebody has a punch on the forehead, circumstances show that the blood is going to fall from their eye, from their cut into their eyes, which is going to make it difficult for them to see. Same as with a broken nose, really, because if it's a broken nose and you're fighting, it's going to be hard for you to breathe. So they both were disadvantaged by the third or fourth round, if I remember correctly. And the fifth round was the same. Joshua was doing the jabbing and what have you, but Poevietkin was more aggressive. And I was just really, really worried that something was going to happen. And I kept telling my husband, His name is Kola. I kept telling Kola, listen, the only way for Joshua to win this fight is for him to have a TKO. If he doesn't TKO this guy and he goes to decision, he might end up winning. And I think when I heard from the scorers, the artificial scorers around the ring, they all have Poevietkin up in their scores. So I was really, really worried for Joshua, and I was hoping that he was going to redeem himself. But by the time I got to the 7th round, I don't know if Poevietkin was more tired or what have you. I'm not sure what it was. But Joshua was able to get in there and give him the deadly punch, which kind of made Poevietkin, I don't know, disoriented, as he was able to use that power in his punches and his height and his heaviness and weight to push him back with the punches and what have you, and he fell. And when he fell that first time, I kept saying, please let him actually finish this fight, And when Poevietkin came back up, because Poevietkin is a very, very strong guy. These Russian fighters are really, really strong. I don't know their country. I don't know how they breed them. All the athletes in Russia are very, very strong. Same as China also. But Poevietkin was able to get up, but he was still disoriented, if you can see, if you watch the fight. And Joshua was able to finish him up at that point, and I was really, really happy about that. I know I've been talking, but let's go ahead and watch the knockout fight, the knockout that I was talking about, and then we'll talk more after that. So there he goes with the first punch knockout. See, he's very disoriented. The guy is very strong, and that's the second time. Well, and the referee has to stop the fight because it was just too much for him. So if you can see. So you guys can see what I was talking about. How the first punch that he threw in the 7th round that hit him, that got Poevietkin very, very disoriented, and that was it from then. Now, my final analysis about the fight is this. I think Joshua is a very, very good fighter. I think he's a very strong fighter, and he's still very young. However, I think he needs to practice more. He needs to do more rehearsals and what have you, boxing matches, boxing bouts, because when it comes to fighting Deontay Wilder in America, Deontay is a very, very wild fighter, and he's a very, very strong fighter. And he's the kind of fighter that doesn't take it. He's from the ghetto and what have you, and he has that street fight mentality in him. So if Joshua's going to fight somebody like a Deontay Wilder, he needs to bring his A game. And I don't think for the past 2 fights that he's been bringing his A game. I think he needs to do better. And I don't think he needs to do that fight right now. Or maybe if he does do the fight, maybe we should make it like 8 months from now, whereby he can actually do more bouts, do more practicing, do more practice sessions, watch more of Deontay Wilder's fight to see how he does it and what have you. Because right now, as Joshua is, I don't think he can beat Deontay Wilder. And I don't want him to go and fight Deontay Wilder immediately and get a 1 loss on his record. Because as soon as you have that 1 loss, your stock goes to go down, as you guys know. The reason why Mayweather is still up there is because he's never lost. Same as Joe Kosalski, So that's my analysis about the fight. I wonder what you guys think. How many of you guys watched it? If you're into boxing like I am, then you definitely watched it on Saturday. And I know that my sisters and brothers watched it in Nigeria online. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think my review is right? Was I right about Joshua? Do you think Joshua needs more practice sessions before he fights Deontay Wilder? And also, what do you think about when he started the fight? Do you think he was as strong as Poevietkin? And do you think Poevietkin was the more aggressive fighter? He was probably winning on the rounds until he got knocked out. Let me know how you feel. Please let me know your comments and your reviews in the comments below the bar. Also, subscribe to this channel if you want to watch more reviews, reactions for trailers and music videos, as well as entertainment news. I'm Yeti Speaks, and that's my reaction. Till next time.